Welcome back to the Apple Pub Pubsters. My name is Emmanuel.
And my name is Raphael, and we have a lot of news to cover today, including leaks from Intel and the iPhone 6s, plus Apple's back to school promotion, and much more.
To start us off, there's been a new iPhone 6s leak.
Yeah, there have been some images of the front panel of the iPhone 6s showing up on nowhereelse.fr.
Yeah, and the organization did mention that they weren't able to confirm if the panel had Force Touch or Sapphire coating.
Yeah, people have been mentioning that the Sapphire coating might not be showing up until the 7, but we'll still see.
Yeah, and it probably will, in my opinion. And yeah, right now it's just a front panel leak, nothing really exciting. It's just you can't really get anything out of it.
It's just stating that the production is up and going, up and running.
Yeah.
So earlier this week, Apple released the second version of the public betas for iOS 9 and OS 10 El Capitan.
I upgraded personally to the second version of iOS 9 public beta, and I noticed some differences. We're gonna include a link down below for all the minor, cosmetic changes and things like that. And also, something to note: some people, not our viewers for sure, were reviewing apps on the App Store while using the iOS 9 beta, complaining
that there were app crashes and such, when you guys should know that iOS 9 is a beta, so obviously not everything is running correctly.
Yes.
Those apps might not even be using an iOS 9 version released, to be able to be compatible with iOS 9.
This annoyed me because developers make their bread and butter off, their apps, and there are people out there who are reviewing off the beta. It's like it's not released yet. They're not gonna get it everything prepared in a month. Like the beta.
And obviously, even if they are prepared, maybe they don't have that finalized version up on the App Store.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty messed up, and I don't know. This is the problem with public betas. You're gonna get people who don't realize that it's a beta, and you can't hold developers accountable to iOS 9 beta.
Yeah, you're using an old version of an app on a new version of an OS that isn't even, technically supposed to be out. Yeah. But come on, it's like people who rate movies before they're even out, saying like, oh, this movie sucks, whatever, 0 stars out of 5 or whatever. You've seen a trailer, if that.
Yeah, so I know it's not you guys. I honestly don't think any tech-savvy individual would do that, but in general, it just sucks that there are people out there like that who don't understand that. And yeah, hopefully, Apple did
stop the ability for people to review apps.
Review by writing stuff. So they can't write anything, but they can still review it in terms of giving it 1 through 5 stars, which I think they should disable that too.
Yeah, I don't even know why that ability was on there. You shouldn't be able to review any apps while you're using a beta, OS.
Yeah, so it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast. This is their second year doing public betas, and I guess this issue hasn't come up before.
So hopefully they might learn from their mistakes for next round.
Yeah. So Intel was set to make announcements about their new Skylake processors in 2 weeks at the Gamescom event, but looks like we don't have to wait that long because Fanless Tech has leaked a bunch of the information for us.
Yeah, apparently they leaked part of their presentation files. So as you can see, the Intel new Skylake processors should be getting a 10 to 20% boost in processor performance, as well as an increased efficiency, giving better battery life. And it's stated that it's supposed to be giving about 30% more battery life in terms of CPU usage, as well as a 30% increase in their graphics processing, their integrated graphics.
Yeah, and these vary depending on which model for which computer. It is also mentioned that the iMacs, the Mac Minis, and the MacBook Retina
15-inch.
The 15-inch MacBook Retinas Pro. Why am I botching that up? Retina MacBook Pros. All of them are still on Broadwell. No.
Haswell. Yeah, they never upgraded to the Broadwell, so it's likely they're going to be skipping the Broadwell completely and just jumping straight forward to the Skylake versions.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. If you're interested in the technical specs, we'll be sure to include a link down below in the description box.
Also, just speaking about the 30% increase in performance, if we take into account that both Apple's Metal APIs coming to the MacBooks themselves, the OS, this could be even bigger boost in performance when it comes to graphics. So it could be pretty cool to see what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, and this is a big upgrade. It's not Haswell was the big upgrade, and Broadwell was the the TikTok. It was a minor bump on Haswell's architecture. Skylake is new, so every 2 years you get a new processor, kind of like how you get a new iPhone. So yeah, be sure to, if you're able to hold off, I personally would, because it's going to be a noticeable improvement.
Yeah, definitely. In other news, Strategy Analytics released a report on the Apple Watch sales, estimating that about 4 million units have been sold.
Yeah, and in terms of the last quarter, that means Apple accounted for 75.5% of the market share.
Which, just take into account, Samsung was holding about 74% of the market prior to Apple showing up. After this release, they're holding about 7.4 or around that point, 7.5-ish percentage of the market now, which is has to be a really big hit.
Yeah, and I don't think this is normal, because I don't think this is how things are going to be once the Apple Watch dies down, because it did just release and there's more excitement about it. So I'm definitely interested in seeing how things will be next quarter or the last quarter
once
this year.
things even out a bit.
Yeah, because right now everyone's excited about the Apple Watch, so it's not really a fair comparison. But from what we're seeing right now, it is a pretty bad bloodbath. Like, so I feel bad for Samsung, but it's not the end of the story.
Yeah, because obviously this is going to give a boost in sales for all smartwatches, not just Apple's.
Yeah.
Obviously, what is it, like 50% of the market isn't even using an iPhone, so they can't even use the Apple Watch.
And we're at an interesting point now. Now we all know what the Apple Watch is about, and now we could kind of see what's on the market. Like right now we know iPhone's about this, it's about a closed system, it's secure, etc. And Android is open and it's more customizable. So it's interesting that the Apple Watch, I don't think we have that clear idea of what everyone offers. Now that Apple came into the game, I think more people are going to be aware of smartwatches in general, like you said, and also just know what's out there and be able to make more informed decisions. So yeah, interesting to see the figures in the future. So some exciting news for someone like me who's in the market for a car really soon. Honda announced that their new 2016 Accords come with CarPlay. Specifically the EX, the EXL, and the Touring models are going to come standard with CarPlay. And Android Auto, by the way, for you Android lovers out there. So it's really good news. We're finally seeing cars coming standard with this stuff.
Yeah, it's also noted that GM is also in talks of bringing it as a standard in their cars as well. They haven't mentioned any specifics as to when and where they're going to be releasing these, but it is expected that them, as well as Kenwood stating that they're going to start including it in their aftermarket radios as well.
Yeah, and so far all I've seen is aftermarket solutions. There may be a few cars out there that offer it as an upgrade. But to come standard, it's really cool, and I'm really excited about finally being able to use this thing, because Apple announced it a few years ago and it's been nowhere to be seen. So really excited that cars are finally getting infused with more and more technology.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. And lastly, Apple finally announced their back-to-school promotion yesterday. We had been mentioning last week how we hadn't heard anything about a promotion. It's kind of getting late in the game. But apparently they're going to be giving out the Beats Solo 2 headphones, over-ear headphones, as the promotion when you purchase any of the Mac lineup, excluding the Mac Minis. So that means iMacs, MacBook Pros, what is it? The regular,
any Mac, literally, like just any Mac except the Mac Mini or any refurbished Mac. Also, it doesn't this year. The deal doesn't apply to iPads and iPhones and iOS devices. So that kind of sucks, but. Interesting thing to note, I know you're not a fan of the headphones, but
not at all.
There were good reviews that came out about this headphones compared to everything else Beats released, and I'm not a fan of Beats as well.
Yeah, to me, honestly, I don't know, it's a very brand name thing that they sell, and for the price that you're getting these for, I mean, give me a Sennheiser any day of the week. These things, it's just, I don't know, they're not really good.
I'm a Bose guy. I love Bose. And but, again, to their credit, the Beats Solo 2, they have gotten favorable reviews. I'm sure it's not as good as the other stuff out there, but it seems like it's a big improvement compared to their past stuff. Interesting thing to note, sorry to interrupt you.
Go for it.
With an extra $100 payment, you get the headphones for free, but if you add $100, you do get the option to get the headphones in space gray, gold or silver to match your Mac. So just an interesting thing.
Yeah, so they're giving you instead of giving you the $100 incentive, they're giving you headphones that probably cost about like what, $20, and then having you charge another $100 to get the color specific version. So I don't know. To me, this was a little bit of a letdown. I mean, honestly, I'm not in the market for a Mac right now, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'll be waiting for the new Skylake updates for next year before I upgrade my Pro. So yeah, but to me, it was just I was expecting a little more.
Yeah, I was used to the. I remember I got the iPod Touches back when that was a thing, and free iPod Touch. I went and sold it on Craigslist, made a good deal of cash, and then once they switched to the App Store gift cards like $100, I never bought, so I never got that. But it's still nice because I shop on the App Store.
Yeah, I use them for a lot of little apps here and there for school.
Yeah, and a lot of students, I mean, I don't know, a lot of students don't need headphones, but again, it's something that's free, and can we really complain about something that's free?
I know what they're doing. It's become very popular amongst high schoolers, and in general, it's become like a fad thing. And also because they're trying to promote their new Beats, connection. They have the Beats audio, what is it, Radio 1, that's made with Beats, so they're promoting their music line as well, the Apple Music. So it's a smart move. It's understandable why they're doing this. It's part of pop culture right now, so obviously people are going to want to get this.
Yeah, so it's something that's free, it's smart. I can't say I hate on them for it. I mean, it sucks for me, but it doesn't suck for others. But interesting thing to note, I don't like the way Apple has incorporated Beats, and here's what I mean. Steve Jobs was always about making the best product possible. He would go to extreme lengths just for like the most minute details. I noticed after they bought Beats, their speaker qualities in their iPhones started going down like a lot. And it got louder, but every iPhone before that had very crisp and clear noise and sound being made. But after they bought Beats, it just went downhill. And I honestly think that they started putting Beats speakers into the phones. And I noticed it sounds similar to other phones that have Beats speakers. I'm not a fan of that, and I think they should have retained that level of quality. But for cost efficiency and, we own them now, so it's cheaper, it just sucks that they actually went down that route for me. But I know that's not related to the back to school promotion, but just a little thing I had to get out there. But yeah, let us know what you guys think of the back to school promotion.
Yeah, is it something you're excited about? Will it kind of incentivize you to actually get a new Mac for that reason,
or did you prefer the previous years of offerings with the $100 App Store discounts and gift cards and the iPod Touches? So do let us know in the comment box down below.
And as always, please subscribe to the channel to help support us. Like us if you liked the video, and we'll catch you again next time.
Take care, Pupsters.
And stay classy.